In case anybody is wondering who they should be rooting for in the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness.
This is the owner of the New England Patriots and Netanyahu Milikowski.
You're living in a tough neighborhood, so we wanted to.
Thank you. That's great. Some of the greatest players in American football history.
They're sitting with you right now, and you have two great quarterbacks in this room, but they don't know the skills that you have. I've seen you throw a football, so.
Also seen him throw a few bombs here and there, haven't we?
I'm so disgusted. And, you know, I never thought that I could ever have more reason to hate the Patriots. And then, you know, ever since Belichick left and Tom Brady's not there, so I've sort of lessened that, you know what I mean? And no, I feel vindicated in my utter contempt for the Patriots. This is disgusting.
So I don't talk about my family that much, but I will say this. There's a reason why my communication with my brother is basically non-existent. He married into a Zionist Jewish family that attends the same synagogue as Mr. Robert Kraft. And to say that they are pro-Israel would be an understatement. They live for this. And the fact that I believe this is going to be Kraft's 10th Super Bowl, like 11th Super Bowl, something.
And who it's Seattle, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, we all know who we're rooting for in the Super Bowl. I think that, you know, and then the good news is that Seattle is in a pretty reasonable position to win the Super Bowl. They are the favorites. They'll be favored probably by a few points, but you never put anything past this team. And you never put anything past the fact that of all the owners in the NFL that work the hardest against anybody speaking out against Israel, especially the likes of Al Shassir, who we covered recently, it's people like Robert Kraft. I mean, he's as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, he is as pro-Zionist as it gets. And when the big game happens the following Sunday, just remember, if you were thinking about rooting for the Patriots, who you're rooting for. You're rooting for this guy who breaks bread with the biggest war criminal on the planet today, period. I think that's pretty safe to say.
It depends who runs interference for you.
Well, you need good blockers.
So, any takers?
If you ask what is the policy for that, it's you seek peace, but you got to be strong. If you're not strong, you'll never get peace. And if you're not strong, you'll be in war and turmoil. And the worst thing is, you lose.
I can't.
So what is he basically saying, Jen? We must always be at war. Without war, there is no peace.
Well, it's the same concept as peace through strength.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? That's not a thing. By the way, again, I say the people like him, when they say peace, they don't mean peace. They mean being subdued. They mean subduing resistance. They don't mean peace.
No.
Right.
So I'm sure that when you prepare for your games, you don't say, well, do I need to be strong, fast, nimble? Is that a question? No, your game is not different from ours. The only difference is if we lose, the consequences are immutable. And we've had enough of that in our history. So we won't let that happen again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you know, for people who aren't up to speed in the fact that the NFL is completely co-opted by the military-industrial complex, like completely co-opted. So, you know, it isn't just that team and the Zio state. It's all of it. But if you insist, I have no, I've never had a bone to pick with Seattle, so why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, naturally, I would think as a Dolphins fan, you would be rooting for any team against the Patriots.
Oh, right. I don't care. Right. Well, so my dad's theory, as much as it's hard for me to accept this, even, to this day, is that he roots for his conference in the Super Bowl. Like, so to him, I know. But no, I think that he's now.
Although I will say this, though. Your father was alive before the NFL merged with the AFL and became the NFL. So there is this soft spot that I'm sure he has for what is now the AFC, because they were considered the junior conference forever. And when the Jets won against the Colts and when the Chiefs won against the Vikings, that was the official changing of the guard, or at least the acknowledgement that the AFL was on par with the NFL, hence one league and two conferences, one versus another. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess it depends on to what extent of a Zionist that particular owner in question actually is. But
the lesser of two evil Zionists is what we're playing now.
Yes. And well, I can't really speak to, remember Paul Allen, who's recently deceased, he was the previous owner of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I don't know of him being a Zion-Nazi, but then again, as we've often pointed out, this is really a class thing more than anything else. But there is no question that if there is a person who sits on the mountaintop higher than anyone else, and I mean anyone else, when it comes to supporting Israel, it's Robert Kraft. That's a known thing. It is a known thing that he is a massive supporter and financial contributor to the state of Israel. So go Seahawks. And may this be the revenge Super Bowl that's been a decade in the making, the one they shouldn't have lost back in 2015.